Greetings, I'm Camille. Today I'm going to present an analysis of a significant communication value. Elon Musk's 2018 Tesla post on X. On August 7, 2018, Musk announced he was considering taking Tesla private at $420 per share, with funding secured. This brief statement led to substantial issues, including first-year stock price, legal consequence, and shifts in corporate policies. Next step, I will examine why caused these incidents and propose lessons for effective workplace communication. This case illustrates how a single social media post can disrupt financial markets, affect employee morale, and necessitate stricter corporate guidelines. Let's begin by exploring the consequences of Musk's actions. The impact of Musk's post was profound and far-reaching. Initially, it triggered significant fluctuation of market. Tesla's stock price went from $342 to $380, as investors believed the privatization deal was imminent. However, when the Securities and Exchange Commission revealed that the funding was not finalized, the stock immediately dropped to $330. Short sellers lost $1.3 billion in the initial surge, and retail investors faced substantial losses, prompting legal action. Additionally, Musk and Tesla each paid $20 million in fines, and Musk was required to step down as chairman for a short time. The company introduced stricter communication agreements to prevent similar incidents. Furthermore, 42% of Tesla employees reported decreased morale, and key executives, including the chief financial officer, departed within a year. These outcomes highlighted the extensive consequences of this communication era. Now, let's examine why this miscommunication occurred. Three primary factors contributed to the failure. First, Musk's language was misleading. The phrase "funding secured" implied a completed deal, whereas only primary discussion had taken place. Second, the choice of platform was inappropriate. X, a public and informal medium, is unsuitable for sensitive corporate announcements, which require formal channels such as Securities and Exchange Commission filings. Third, Musk's position as Tesla's chief executive amplified the impact, as his words were perceived as representative, leading to widespread trust in an inaccurate statement. These elements, misleading language, and improper platforms, and weight of Musk's authority, set the stage for the ensuing situation. Punina's theory emphasizes the use of courteous and cautious language to prevent confusions and maintain respect. Musk's direct statement, lacking qualifiers such as "we are exploring possibilities," appear unprofessional and abrupt. This lack of courtesy led to investor uncertainty and media criticism, as the post seems to promise a finalized deal. By expressing cautions and respect for stakeholders, a more limited phrase like "discussing with investors" could have minimized these problems. The lack of respect raised the issue because the public and investor took the post as a firm commitment. According to Punina's theory, careful wording is crucial in high-stakes business communication in order to prevent misunderstandings and preserve confidence. Next, let's examine power in communication. According to this theory, people in position of responsibility have a big impact on how people consider messages. Musk was the CEO of Tesla, so his posts carry a lot of weight, and markets and investors believe it to be true. But this influence comes with a responsibility to guarantee accuracy. He ignored his duty by making a false statement regarding secure funding, which led to fines and governance adjustment, among others consequences from the law. Such a critical statement would have been appropriate for a formal announcement made through official channels. Musk abused his power by posing on X, which made the communication breakdown even worse. Power in communication emphasizes how important it is for leaders to match their influence with fruitful and accountable messaging, especially when it comes to situations that have an impact on financial markets. Media richness theory states that complex decisions require detail, official communication channels, not brief social media posts. To ensure a sense and accountability, such statements require formal, rich media such as filings with the securities and exchange commission or press release. Musk created confusion by choosing X because the platform was unable to communicate minute details for the closer discussions. This decision driven the market overreaction and what ensured, in order to avoid similar corporate blunders. Media richness theory demonstrates the significance of matching the communication medium to the message. Additionally, according to face negotiation theory, Musk's attempt to appear confident by making an unlikely claim hurt his reputation when it turned out to be untrue and went against investor expectations. Despite being untrue, Musk's remarks had a real impact on stock price, as demonstrated by speech act theory. Organizational communication highlights how avoiding official channels, like investor briefings, violated established corporate methods and resulted in legal and reputational implications. Collectively, these theories demonstrate the complexity of Musk's communication breakdown, including everything from the language employed to the platform selected and the organizational setting. In conclusion, a crucial lesson in corporate communication can be learned from Elon Musk's 2018 expose. According to the pronouncedness theory, impulsive language caused stakeholders to become confused. Musk's executive role increased the poll's impact and demanded more responsibility, as power in communication demonstrates. According to media richness theory, X was not the right venue for making such a big announcement. The dangers of convening false confidence, the practical impact of words, and the necessity of formal channels are further highlighted by face negotiation theory, speech act theory, and organizational communication. This case emphasizes how important it is for a business executive to use polite, accurate language, choose the right channels for communication, and follow rules. Careful preparation is necessary for effective communication in order to avoid major disruptions in the financial markets, employee trust, and company reputation. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.